Ignition sequence start. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. All engine running. Liftoff. We have a liftoff. 32 minutes past the hour. Liftoff on Apollo 11.
Roger, we got a roll program.
Tower cleared.
Roger, roll. Complete and mission program. And ignition. 11 Houston, you're good at 1 minute. You're looking good. Hi, Roger, you're loud and clear.
The word moon was an enigma to the people on Earth. Frequently asked questions were, what was it made of? How is it made? And mostly, are there any living creatures in there? For several decades, or actually for more than a millennium, no one could come up with a definite answer, but only unanswerable questions. It was a difficult puzzle to solve, which required steady effort. These questions kept them building up and enlarged their curiousness, later making people to actually plan to start exploring that mysterious world. For a long time, humans had made approaches in discovering what moon really was. During the Galilean era, humans were observing space but were not able to do much, and therefore were very disappointed about it. The first moon landing was a very significant goal, since the moon was the closest large celestial body. The discoveries that people made were spectacular. The journey of discovery began with Voyage probes, which were sent to outer solar system. Until now, it is seen through telescopes. One of the interesting things that they discovered was Europa. Europa is another name of a moon that is somewhere around the planet Jupiter. It is known as one of the largest moons in the solar system. When scientists look through telescopes, it seems like poles in Earth. Europa was covered with ice because there is no crater. It repeats the process of melting and freezing several times. This meant only one thing. There might be a possibility that crucial life is living out there, a whole new or a different ecosystem existing outside of Earth. As they discovered more and more every day, suddenly, possibilities seemed endless.
I believe that this nation should commit itself to achieving the goal, before this decade is out, of landing a man on the moon and returning him safely to the Earth. No single space project in this period will be more impressive to mankind or more important for the long-range exploration of space.
These people were the Apollo 11 crew members. Commander Neil Alden Armstrong, Command Module Pilot Michael Collins, and Lunar Module Pilot Edwin Eugene Buzz Aldrin Jr. The liftoff happened on July 16, 1969 at 9:32 a.m. with the hope of safely landing. They get on. Everyone comes out or turn their televisions on, quietly, holding their breath, watching the liftoff happen. On July 20th, 1969, at 4:18 p.m., after 4 days, the lunar module Eagle lands in the region of the moon called the Sea of Tranquility. As a matter of fact, the first moon landing was one of the most vital achievements in the history of men. It had the largest television audience ever. People gathered around their television screens to watch grainy black and white images of the first moon landing. It brought the world together as one.
For one priceless moment, all of the people on the earth are truly one.
This launch created new dreams, goals, and hopes to not only adults but also children. Born on the 29th of August 1959 in Sarnia, Chris Hadfield was raised in Milton, Ontario. One day, he got to watch the launch of the Apollo 11 to the moon, which fascinated him. This influenced him to be an astronomer when he grew up. He is still working and exploring space.
Everyone knows what microwaves are, right? Almost everyone have this at their house. It is said that the first time that microwaves thought and made was during the planning of Apollo 11's launch. People at that time suggested solutions to how to eat food without the use of gas and water, which led to this invention. In addition, the barcodes that we can commonly see in all the supermarkets and malls were first set during the study and exploration in the Space Development Company. Besides those, there are also smoke alarms, the helmets used when playing American football, also sunglasses that many people wear these days. It may look like that they didn't officially invent the actual products, but these thoughts were originally made while people were trying to discover new ways to approach to the moon. If scientists and astronomers were not planning on sending humans to the moon, it may be possible that we don't have those materials now.
This is the launch of Sputnik number 1. It happened on the 4th of October, 1957. The launch of Apollo 11 was a big issue, but why aren't the other space discoveries not as well known as that one? The first satellite ever that was sent out of Earth was the Sputnik number 1. However, some people are not even aware of that fact. Looking at the point of view of the Space Development Company, the launch of the Sputnik number 1 from the Soviet Union was a very important act. Nevertheless, the reason why the public, especially the public in Korea, is more aware of Apollo 11's launch is because of the press, and also because of the fact that at that time period, America was on South Korea's side. But it is truly acknowledged that Sputnik number 1 was the first satellite that was sent out of Earth. After Apollo's landing on the moon, people were able to see the universe, which helped them fix their thoughts and ideas of their fantasies. People were amazed by the fact that astronomers could float around space and take steps on the surface of the moon. These were the factors that left the public with a strong impression. Therefore, this naturally guided people to remember this day, and this is why the launch of Apollo 11 is a point in history that people cannot disregard.